Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And also, if you guys do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So overall, I just got done talking to you guys about HBAR in my latest video, and I was telling you guys that the market is actually holding up pretty strong. Now, this is actually expected because I was telling you guys about, I want to say it was like almost 3 weeks ago now. I was talking to you guys in a live stream about how the market structure is actually pretty much looking for February, March, and so forth. I was talking to you guys specifically about this crash that just happened. It was actually before this crash happened. We were rejecting off of the 44K mark on Bitcoin, and I told you guys, I would prepare for about 37.5K. Obviously, we went a little bit lower. We went down to like 33K, which is totally fine. I'm totally fine being a little bit off. But overall, with the market structure, us dipping down to that point, I told you guys watch dominance for Bitcoin. I was expecting 45%. We got to about 42%. Again, a little off, totally fine. And when we're talking about Bitcoin, I do think that we will see about 45% in terms of dominance once we get back above 44K. I think that that's when the spotlight will be on Bitcoin. We'll see articles saying, Bitcoin to $400,000, Bitcoin to $250,000, some astronomical price targets. But we all know that, in my opinion, in terms of Bitcoin, I think that maybe we touch $100,000 to $120,000. But again, my targets are still at around like 75 to 85K for the topping point for Bitcoin. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't happen. I'm just saying, overall, when we're talking about the current market structure, I just don't think that a lot of retail demand is still left for Bitcoin. Now, if we're talking about XRP, so I think that XRP will give those individuals who have been in the game for a little bit of time a 100x opportunity. What exactly is that 100x opportunity? Well, for those who have been in here since, going back to 2021, and so, actually it's pretty much all time. So let's kind of zoom in here a little bit, and let's go back to about 2020. So if you guys were here during the March of 2020 drop, it was around like 11 cents around this point, 17 cents pretty much during the SEC lawsuit, which happened in around 2020. For those individuals that have been in this game, 100x opportunity would be about $11 to $17. I think that 100x opportunity could happen, but some Fib levels aren't pretty much outreaching to that point. Like, here are some Fib levels from Kevin Cage, so shout out to him, of course. But this chart is extremely bullish, right? We've tapped that 786 multiple times at around 55 cents. I told you guys that we could see a little bit lower in terms of wicks, which we've seen in the past, which will pretty much bring us down to like around 53 cents overall, which is those summer lows. That's the summer wicks back here. But overall, I think that the structure holds fairly strong. The best part about this is, guess what? Our outreach here is pretty much almost to $10 exact. It's like $9.62. We know that a lot of these Fib levels will definitely outreach to these points, but when we're talking about the overall structure pattern off of these Fib levels, we could see some higher figures. We actually see this chart here from another individual, more so talking about market cap in terms of XRP. We're seeing the fifth wave up here pretty much being around like almost $1 trillion. It's pretty crazy. But of course, we don't know specifically where this is going. We can pretty much just go off of Fib levels alone. I'm expecting, at least in my opinion, around like $8 to $12 for XRP, which still will give me my 100x opportunity on XRP off of those levels, going all the way back to like March of 2020, and even going back to almost the SEC dip. It will pretty much be a little bit off of 100x. But I'm just saying, when we're talking about XRP, a lot of people think that like the opportunity is still here for a 100x opportunity off of XRP, and trust me, it is. We'll see $60 eventually, but are we going to see it this bull run? Not likely. But of course, when we're talking about the growth of XRP, we know that it is a solid long-term hold, and even a short-term hold too. You just got to be patient. That's all it is. we've been seeing some incredible overall, updates. Ripple had a 25x growth in ODL per earlier statements, combined with their current run rate at $10 billion. Another 25x growth in ODL would put the daily on-chain ODL volume at over $650 million per day. As of right now, ODL is about 2.7% of all trading volume. And we actually see here 2.2 with another 25x growth in ODL this year and maintaining the 2.7% ratio of ODL to overall trading volume. This will put the daily average volume at or beyond $25 billion per day for XRP. Network effects in effect, fire for effect. So when we're talking about ODL growth, we know that XRP accounts for 1/4 of all ODL volume. I'm just saying, if we're doing $650 million per day, we're talking about like 162. It's like roughly $162.5 million. Well, actually, yeah, it is exactly $162.5 million that XRP will pretty much move a day. And of course, if we're talking about $25 billion per day, that's going to be pretty significant as well. So, just pay attention to things that are happening within the network in terms of the scale and the volume, because they all account for also XRP as well. And once we're moving that much money a day, it's going to be pretty interesting. Now, we also see here from the Global Investor Conference, what is XRP, how it might affect global economics. Let us tell you everything you need to know about XRP at the February 3rd linked out Inc. And the best part about this is they are talking about, the 600-year-old correspondent banking system, aka SWIFT, how it takes a very long time. It's slow, expensive, and opaque. XRP payments are nearly instant, removing credit and liquidity risk from the process, lowering bank costs considerably. The network finds the best price for exchange and liquidity, and customers are no longer locked in, eliminating the settlement risk. And of course, the best part about this is this has happened February 3rd, right? Look at what they're opening this statement with. XRP can wipe away half of the U.S. debt. Wait, what? Let's take a few steps back. What is XRP and how is it relevant? So, cross-border payments are slow, expensive, and opaque. Ripple is pretty much targeting that 600-year-old, overall banking system. And a Ripple, XRP, they're talking all about the benefits here. I think that this is going to be a very interesting, overall meeting to really kind of watch for. It's more so like a conference. But definitely keep this on your schedule, because I'm actually very interested to learn more about this overall, because I think that when we're talking about, how XRP can wipe away half the debt, it's pretty much just kind of targeting, first off the $27 trillion Nostril Vostro accounts, really kind of targeting cross-border payments as well, which we know is a $155 trillion market. XRP, in my opinion, is a clear winner just because of the overall volume that's already moving right now. People are realizing, these major players are realizing the value behind XRP. Why do you think it accounted for 1/4 of Ripple's, ODL volume? It's clear to me. And of course, innovations continuing to happen at Ripple. I'm very excited to listen into this. I just like to listen into, talks about XRP from, individuals that pretty much know more about me in terms of finance. Like, these are some higher up individuals overall at some major, groups. But I just love to learn more about XRP, just because there's always something that you can learn, even if you know a lot and do a ton of research. Like, I've been talking about Ripple and XRP for a very long time. I've been watching a lot of innovation happening at Ripple as well. Just in the last year, right, 2021, we've seen so much growth for Ripple as a company, but also even XRP as a currency. Like we even see here, using on-demand liquidity, People is bringing instant cost-effective remittances to the Middle East while also eliminating costly pre-funding of cross-border payments. Find out how this has helped their customers in the region grow and scale. Now, this goes back to October 25th. I remember reporting on this at the time, right? And again, we've seen so much more updates within the MENA and pretty much overall Middle Eastern area, especially in the United Arab Emirates. But of course, this is all talking about faster payments, really kind of streamlining payments, and of course, using ODL and leveraging XRP. Again, this is what you want to see. Leveraging XRP. People will provide instant low-cost remittance options for people sending money into and out of the region. XRP will not be held within the UAE, and transactions will not involve the currency AED as part of the payment flow, though. Just note that. This is part of People's larger mission to enable digital payments for the 1 billion financially underserved smartphone users in the Middle East and Africa at large. So, again, they're really targeting that 1.7 billion individuals that are, unbanked essentially. But of course, with people, this is going to expand more and more. You can pretty much see they are a blockchain pioneer. People has solid building blocks, and of course, expanding fast. Operational, authorization, preparations. Again, these are some areas that they're pretty much targeting. Currently, right now, they're operational in Bahrain and ADGM. Again, authorization in Kenya, Mozambique, even Kazakhstan. I don't know why I said Kazakhstan like that, but again, when we're talking about all of these areas, these will all allow for XRP and on-demand liquidity. I apologize for messing that up and butchering that name, but in general, when we're talking about a lot of these, companies, like for example, people, or even small companies that, Ripple is working with, you need to understand that all of these kind of go hand in hand with the scalability of on-demand liquidity, and of course, utilizing Ripple Net products. It all flows through XRP as well. Like, all of this adds a little bit of value and a little bit of volume in terms of what XRP is actually going to move. This is why I'm always focused on a lot of these partnerships that Ripple is building. I know a lot of people think that, yeah, they're not using Ripple, or, they're not using XRP. I mean, they're using Ripple Net, right? But it's actually not the case. They are utilizing XRP. In fact, 25% of them are using XRP. And last but not least, I do want to wrap this up with one major thing, and that is this article. So, Brad Garlinghouse predicts that Ripple will go public. Okay? Now, we do see, I think ultimately the future for Ripple is that we will be a public company. Now, a lot of people have been asking and concerned with this. They're like, well, what does this mean for XRP if, Ripple goes public? Wouldn't people just want to buy Ripple stock instead of XRP? But that is not the case. You guys need to understand that, yeah, sure, trust me, will I be a buyer of Ripple stock? 100%. I'm going to be buying Ripple stock. It's probably going to be the only stock that I really hold. I told you guys I do hold some stocks, like, medical marijuana stocks and stuff, just because I do see a huge market behind that, growing and growing every single day. But if we're talking about Ripple in terms of what Ripple is doing as a company, minus XRP, they're still growing every single day. Okay, and we even see here, Garlinghouse says that Ripple says that it is in a great position at the start of 2022. He also feels incredibly optimistic about the broader cryptocurrency industry despite the ongoing cryptocurrency market correction. In my mind, okay, first off, I think that this entire SEC lawsuit was one huge plan for regulations. I still think that, call me a tinfoil hat wearer or whatever, but I think that this entire SEC lawsuit was a clear sort of case where we needed regulations in order for a lot of crypto to be streamlined, especially going back to the, COVID stuff, right? We needed to do something about the financial system. Enter Ripple. Ripple all of a sudden gets targeted by, the SEC. And here we are, almost a whole year later. Well, actually, it's technically a whole year later. And we're still in this lawsuit, but you see a ton of things happening within Congress, within, even executive orders regarding crypto. In my mind, I just think that this is one huge plan for regulations to come into this space. But also, if we're talking about Ripple going public and we're talking about XRP, I still think that XRP is going to be a huge winner because they are already utilizing they're being used for 1/4 of ODL volume anyway. So there's still a lot more use cases around this. And of course, XRP and Ripple are not just, only utilized for payments. It's not the only use case behind them. There's still a lot more like NFTs, gaming, and stuff like that. So, I'm just excited for the future of one, XRP, but also two, Ripple as well. Like, I'm going to be supporting both of them. I'm not just focused on XRP just because it is a crypto asset. I'm actually focused on XRP because I see what, Ripple's overall plans are with XRP as well. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are. In this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.